After listening to today's video, you'll not be scared of interviews anymore. So if that is something that interests you, keep on watching.
This video is powered by Keka.
Number one, do not build your dream castles around the outcome of your job interview. The moment we get the interview invite, we start building our dreamy castles around the outcome of that interview. Now, the outcome can be two. We can get selected or we get rejected, but we start building everything around that first outcome, that will be selected, how happy we will be, how happy our family will be, our parents will be so proud of us, all of that stuff, how our life gonna be totally sorted and all of that stuff. Now, even if a thought crosses your mind that what if you get rejected, then you do not have a plan for that. You have not prepared yourself for that. So even the thought of it drives you crazy and fuels that nervousness while you're performing in the interview. If you're not able to answer even like tiniest of the question in the interview, the rest of your interview will go bad. Why? Because that nervousness will kick in, because now it's not just an interview. Now it's not just about answering the questions rightly. It's about fulfilling expectations of yourself, fulfilling expectations of your parents, your family, your friends, and what not. And with that much pressure, my friend, it's very obvious to get nervous. So the first thing that you have to eliminate from your mindset regarding the interview is that it's just an interview, few sets of questions where your interviewer and you are trying to see whether you both are a match to each other or not. That's all. If you do not get shortlisted, it's not the end of the world. That's what you have to tell your mind, and you have to prepare yourself that if not this, something else will be there for me. So if you practice this mindset, it will bring so much peace and calm to you that you'll be fully relaxed in the interview and you will not have that unnecessary pressure on your mind while you're answering the questions. And when you are at ease, you by default become more confident, more comfortable in the interview. So that interview by default will go well because you were being you in the interview, quite comfortable in your natural state. So that's point number one. Point number two, whatever happens there stays there. So here I want to give you an example so that you can clearly understand and relate. So back in the days, I was taking one interview round, and this girl had around 2-3 years of experience. She was doing quite well, not very good, not very bad in the interview questions. And then I happened to ask her a set of questions which she couldn't answer clearly. And then after like 2 seconds, she started crying in the interview. And I was like, I didn't say anything which made her cry. I was just asking the questions. And after a while, after comforting her a lot, when I asked her what went wrong, why is she crying, she was like, everybody will be so upset with me. I couldn't answer these simple questions. I've studied them, but now I don't remember and I can't say. I'm underconfident and all of that. My parents will be really upset with me, and all those stories she started telling. And I was like, man, who is going to tell your parents, your family, things that happened in this room? Who is going to tell? For sure, I am not going to call them and tell what has happened and how you couldn't perform in the interview. So who's going to tell? Are you going to tell? So here I want to tell you guys that at least, you should not take this kind of pressure, because there's already enough pressure to perform in the interviews. And if you burden yourself with this pressure that you'll be embarrassed about your performance in the interview, in front of your parents or any outsider, or in fact in front of the interviewer, you do not have to be embarrassed for any reason. Whatever happens there stays there. You do not have to take it with you to tell to somebody how you couldn't perform, and you do not have to beat yourself up mentally for that, psychologically. Whatever your reason was for which you couldn't answer the questions, that's totally fine. Do not take it home. Do not take it to your parents, your family. Just convey whatever the result of the interview is, and that's all. And you do not have to get into the details. Just move on and prepare for your next interview round. And the next point on the list is actually derived from the example that I just gave you, which is it is okay to not know the answer. If you couldn't answer 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions in the interview, that does not mean that you're a dumb person. That does not mean that you are not deserving enough. It just means that you weren't prepared enough for those 3 questions. You didn't see those 3 questions coming in front of you in the interview, so you didn't prepare for them, and that's okay. That's okay. Nobody can know 100% of the things in this world. Do not associate your intelligence, your worth with the number of questions you answered in the interview, because that's not true. It was just one incident where you couldn't perform well, and that's totally fine. You can prepare yourself on those areas where you couldn't answer, and you can appear in the next interview with better preparation. That's all. And the next point on the list is very important, which is escalate if you experience any toxicity in the interview, and do not personalize it. What does it mean? It means that during interview, if you're giving a lot of interview, you'll find all kind of people. Some people will be kind enough, generous enough, good enough to you, considerative enough, but there will be some people who will not treat you well, who will behave rude, who will try to judge you very hard, pass nasty comment about you being not able to answer any questions. So you'll find and face all kind of people, and it is very common, guys. So it's your responsibility that anytime if you face any such toxicity, that you're sitting in the interview, you're trying your best to give answers and try to prove that you're a match to the job, but continuously the other person, the interviewer, is trying to put you down, is trying to insult you, is trying to get too much into personal details, call it out then and there only, because you are anyways not going to get that job. It's very evident if the person is behaving in such a manner. And even if after taking all of that, if you get the job, do not join there. Believe me, because your life is going to become a hell there, because that person is going to make sure that he or she makes your life difficult there. So by telling them, at least you will break their ego, which they were riding really high some moments back. Or what you can do is, if you're not comfortable telling those things on the face of the person, then you can meet the recruiter who scheduled that call, or you can write an email after going home to that recruiter that these things happened with you. Believe me, you will say that what happens with all these feedback, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. And the continuous feedback that the recruiter receive about the hiring manager, it does get recorded, and it will harm that person sooner or later in their performance evaluations or whatever. And the next point on the list is, you are equally powerful as a candidate as they are as an interviewer, because they called you for the interview. Only then you came. You are not one uninvited guest there. No, they called you because they want somebody to join their company. They have a vacancy. They want a helping hand. They want a resource so that they can get their work completed. So they called you. It was their requirement to see if you both are a match and you can contribute to their organization. So do not treat yourself like an unwanted guest. No. You are equally important as that interviewer of the company. That person is currently the employee and they are looking for a new employee. So you both stand at an equal level. So treat yourself at an equal level and then perform with that mindset, and you will see it will boost your confidence immensely, and you'll forget about that nervousness like forever. And the next point on the list is quite beautifully summarize what we have just discussed, and that is building a mindset of power. Knowing that you as an interviewee, you as a candidate hold immense power. You have the power to detach yourself from the outcome. You have the power to choose either you want to answer a question or say no if you do not know the answer. You have the power to walk out of that room if somebody is trying to insult you or abuse you in any way. And always go in the interview with the mindset that you are not going there to receive some charity. That company is not doing any charity to you. You are going there because they invited you, they requested you. It's a mutual benefit agreement that you agree to work for the company, that you will do their job, you will complete the work, and in a response to it, the company will pay some money. So you are equally powerful as a candidate as they are as an interviewer. So guys, that was it. These were my quick wisdom nuggets to remove the nervousness of the interview that we all come across. And I really hope that this piece of information helps you somewhere in your career and you become more successful. With that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.